Okay, so here's the iPad, and we can turn it on just like you would your iPod Touch
Okay.
by touching the home button around. Right now I have it in this landscape mode where you can also turn it upside down. But for right now, we have it turned sideways. So I'm
Okay,
gonna,
let's see it.
okay.
And then you just slide to unlock at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that.
So just like your iPod Touch, if you have one, it's very similar where your apps show up here. And if you have multiple screens, like you have so many applications that you need another screen, you just take your finger and you just slide to the next page. So you can have several pages. You want to go back the other way then?
Yeah.
Look at how,
Oh, that's just seamless, isn't it?
yeah.
Awesome. I've noticed that your icons for Safari, Mail, Photos, and iPod are across the bottom. Is there any significance to that?
I think they've selected those. I believe that you can change those because I've heard people talk about, for instance, on an iPod Touch, that you can change those, but
That's the default?
Yes, this is the default.
Okay.
Now, since you're saying that, if I wanted to move one, let's just transition into that. If I wanted
Okay.
to move this icon, I wanted this AIM icon right here to be on the top, say. If I press and hold, notice they all have X's, and that's kind of hard to see in the video, but they're all shaking a little bit.
Right.
They've got the jitters. They've had too much coffee. And if I wanted to move them or delete one, now I'd touch the X. But if I wanted to move it, Jill, go ahead and put that AIM icon way at the top. And notice as you move it, all the other icons move around. So you can personalize it, put it where you want them, arrange them how you want. If I wanted to move this game table, the checkers and chess, to the next page, I just simply drag it to the edge and notice how it moves to the next page, or even page 3 where I have nothing on. And I can place it wherever I want. And now that I have an open spot on the front page, I can take this book application and put it on the front page.
Okay, now I noticed that some of the icons don't have the little X, so that means that they're always on your iPad.
Yes, you can't delete those.
Okay. Okay.
That's a great point. All these extra ones, these are applications that I have downloaded, and I can get rid of them. But they're saying here you can't get rid of these.
So you have calendar, contacts, notes, maps, settings, the App Store, iTunes, YouTube, and videos
Right, and
as
then all these
default,
on the
and then
bottom.
these across the bottom.
Okay, some other things back on the home screen, Jill. As you look at it across the top, I know this is hard to see in the video, but up here is the name. It just says iPad, and then you can see that it has a wireless signal.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so that's my wireless internet.
So does the iPad work if there is no wireless signal?
It will. Your applications will work, but like Safari, you won't have internet access or be able to, respond to email or get new email.
But you can use a lot of the apps.
Sure.
Okay.
As long as they're not the internet based,
Right.
like Pages, which is your word processing, or Numbers, which is your spreadsheet, like Excel, and Keynote is like PowerPoint.
Okay.
Only it's max version. Now, here's the big difference between an iPod Touch and an iPad. Other than obviously the size, okay, and your iPod Touch has wireless internet
Right.
too.
Right.
But the difference here is you can create things using Pages. That's a word processor. Numbers is your spreadsheet, and Keynote is your PowerPoint. So that's a huge difference between them. So Joe, also, there's an application on here called iBooks. Now, some of you out there are Kindle users, possibly, which is their e-reader, electronic books.
And Barnes & Noble has ebooks also that you can
sure.
download and read,
Absolutely, and a lot of people really use those a lot.
and they love them.
Here's another great thing about the iPad is not only the size, like we talked about, wireless internet, but they also have an application called iBooks. Let's look at it. Let's
Okay,
see
I'm
what a
gonna
book
touch it.
looks like. Okay, so when it starts like this, they give you one free book, and this one happens to be Winnie the Pooh. So you can buy others, and as you buy them, your bookshelf here will populate with your books.
And you would buy them just by going to the store.
Right.
Right up there.
Yeah, if you have wireless internet,
Okay.
which we do,
Okay.
you can go out and purchase books. But let's just look at one because this is just truly fascinating here.
Okay, I'm
how
going
it
to go
looks.
to Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, so if you just click on it, notice how it opens it. Okay, it looks like a book.
Absolutely like a book.
And if you want to turn a page,
Okay, go ahead.
go
Show
ahead.
me.
Go ahead if you
Okay.
want to. Just grab a page. Now, even turn it slowly. Notice as you turn the page,
It's
on the
like
video, yeah, we can
turning
see
a
that too. You can
page.
see it actually looks like a page there.
Oh,
Isn't that incredible? And you can go back and forth and color.
So I could go back and check my table of contents.
Right. Or you can flip them quickly if you wanted to flip through the pages, you know? Yeah. Now, how about this for a school teacher or for anybody? If you don't know what a word is,
Okay.
there's a built-in dictionary. So if I don't know what the crawled means, if I tap on crawled, okay, now I can bookmark that, search, or here, dictionary. If I don't know what crawled means, once I tap it just right.
Let's see what happens.
So if I click on dictionary, it immediately gives me a full definition of what it means. And you can scroll through
That
there.
is amazing. Let's try another word.
Okay. Oh, you did it better than I did.
I went on prickles.
Prickles.
But I just want to see what happens when you hit search. Because we know what happens when we hit dictionary. Let's do search. Oh, it's looking for the word in other chapters.
So you see it in chapter 1, you see the word in chapter 5, chapter 8. So there are 3 in the entire book. So next time that word shows up, they'll know what it is. That's really interesting.
That is amazing.
You can also search the book for other things. And notice when she wants to search something, look what comes up here is the keyboard.
So I can just type something in.
Sure.
Honey, how's that?
I bet that'll be in there. So now it's looking throughout the book. And now if I want to get rid of this keyboard, I'm just going to press on this. There's all the places where it has the word honey.
And then you can see at the bottom it says you can search for honey in Google or in Wikipedia also, so it can take you right out to the web that way.
Right. It's amazing. And there's so many features. I'm just beginning to discover them all.
Okay, so a search would be up here where this magnifying glass is. What are these letters?
That's to change font sizes. Go ahead and
Can I make it
click
bigger?
on one. Sure. Touch it again. Okay, so it continues to enlarge. Now also something that we haven't shown on anything yet is the different modes. Now if I turn it this way, get it back on the camera here, okay?
Now it's like looking at one
It's
page
just
at a
one
time.
page, right? But it still operates the same,
Oh, I
But it's one
like
page.
that. I like that.
right? And that's true with anything. Now when I go back to the home page here, notice the apps are still there and they're facing the right direction.
Right.
I can continue to rotate this and it will move with me. Okay, it doesn't matter where the top is, where the bottom is, it doesn't care. It doesn't matter. And if you don't want it to do that, there is a little button on here that you can switch and that will lock it. And then this lock comes on. So see, now it's upside down, so now I have to turn it
okay.
this way because I said to leave it there. Interesting, right? So,
That is
so if it's
interesting.
moving
Yeah.
too much on you,
Yeah.
or you're laying on the ground on your beanbag in your classroom and reading, and it keeps slipping on you, you can lock it in place. And then when,
I would think people might want that when they're reading a
oh,
book.
for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. And then I take that off, and now as I turn it again, notice I have a cover.
I was going to ask you about that.
I did purchase the cover. You know, it doesn't come with it. You do have to buy it.
Uh-huh. And it works as an easel?
Yes, you know, that's what's nice is it protects it and it really feels nice too. But on the back here, there's a little flap. So if I wanted to use this in that way, if I flip it over and I pull this up, then I've got a little kind of a tripod sort of thing. So if I'm watching something or wanted to look at something, I can set it up like that. And now,
So you can set it so it's almost vertical.
right. And then you
Or-
can watch your video, or you can lay it down.
You could lay it down and have it.
Right. So when I want to look at
that.
email, okay, and I have email that comes in, and notice I can scroll through it, and it's very clear, and I can delete things by swiping and just hitting delete. So it's just fantastic. But if I wanted to create a new mail message, an email message, okay, and then notice when I start, guess what comes up? The keyboard again.
Now, does this work with both a Mac and a Windows computer?
Yes, it's cross-platform. It
Okay.
doesn't matter if you're on a
Okay.
PC, doesn't matter if you're on a Mac. It'll function fantastic.